it's been a while since I did a movie review, so I'm going to do a movie review on Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Don't ask me why I have that plushie. Sorry about that. Anyway, so I haven't done a movie review in a long time, so Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. I don't expect this to get many views. I just wanted to point that out because a lot of my movie reviews only get up to like 8 views, and it's like, why? So we're just gonna review this movie real quick. I thought this movie was going to be bad. Okay? The reason I thought so was for multiple reasons. For starters, the critic ratings were fine. They were only fine. It got like in the 70s and 60s, which was not something I would expect from a movie franchise, Harry Potter, which the lowest it got was 75, the highest being 96. So when I watched this movie, I was surprised. The critics are wrong, like really wrong with this, like, I don't know. I think they might have treated it as though, since the Harry Potter franchise hasn't had a movie in a bit, they kind of thought that it was like they were trying to get back into the movie business. They weren't. They needed a new movie, and I can see that. And it kind of sucks. And don't ask me why I'm wearing a Star Wars hat. Okay? I like this thing. And since we're reviewing movies, what's the better time to have a Star Wars hat on? So I thought, why not? Anyway, this movie was not what I was expecting at all. As I said earlier, it made no sense why the critics thought this movie wasn't as good as it should be. This movie is quite amazing, actually. Now, you'll see that some parts of this movie is obviously green screened. Like, I'm not going to spoil too much, but in this trailer, there's a part where they enter in the suitcase. Inside the suitcase, it's really, really green screened, and it's kind of bad. I noticed it quite a bit, and some of the monsters, or whatever you want to call them, beasts, and, you know, they weren't, like, some didn't look quite up to standards. The house elf, I can never say that right. The house elf, like, they looked CGI or something. They didn't look real, obviously. It's Harry Potter. If you saw the first movie, you'd know that didn't look real, like, at all. It was obviously green screen. He was obviously probably just attached to a rope, flying in front of a green screen with another guy next to him. Yeah, this movie uses that quite a bit, but you can tell that they improved from the last ones with CGI. They made it kind of like, you know, McCree's roll in Overwatch, like how he just rolls. Yeah, when they're moving, it looks like just like that. They did a good job with it. Well, in the Harry Potter, it kind of looked like he was Sonic just running by. It didn't look as good, and I can see why they would need to fix that, definitely, because all of this movie, I found, was trying to improve off the last, and it really took it away from the actual story. When I watched this movie, I noticed that they were trying to improve so much, and that kind of led to why I thought the critics would give this movie a 70 or 60. Well, I think that they were wrong with that. I don't think they should have taken it down too much. I think that it was just kind of fine. It was like a bar, and it would go up each time they improved. Well, this one improved, like, too much, but it made the movie bar, like, go down almost. And I think that's why this movie, it did good in theaters, but it didn't do as good as a lot of the movies that came out around the time. And, yeah, it's basically what it is. I don't really like how they showed, the wizardry, how they would teleport into corners that people would obviously see when they were trying to say something in secret. I can't speak today, guys. Yeah, it kind of fell flat almost there. And now just onto the characters. The characters are amazing. I love the characters in this movie. Baker, just everybody. It's amazing. Like, they did an amazing job with this movie. I don't know how they could make the characters better. They were actually probably my favorite, like, Harry Potter franchise characters. And since a lot of the other characters in the other movies, like, they fleshed them out, but they didn't give them any other things. I thought since they fleshed them out, that they would, the audience would understand the characters, but in this movie, they mastered that. They knew what they had wrong with that. And it's why I actually really liked this movie. Now, is it as good as the other Harry Potter movies? Well, I would say it's better than some of them. Like, it's probably not as good as the Half-Blood Prince, or the second one for that matter, but I can see why critics wouldn't like it, but I can also see why a lot of other people can't see why the critics don't like it. I loved this movie, and I'm a critic for movies. Like, look at those posters. That's how much I like movies. I also like gaming, and I love gaming, probably more than movies, so that's why I have a lot of posters of that. But out of all, it's a good movie. I'm going to give Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them A-. So, if you like these movie reviews, click the like button. I like them too. They're fun to make. It's fun to watch movies, so it's all out fun to just make these movie reviews, and I'm actually pretty happy that I'm going to be able to make more. We're back in the movie review line, so get used to it. Gonna be doing it quite a bit, and yeah, goodbye.